Alrighty. I don't know what just fell. I'll figure that out in a little bit. Alright, so welcome in. This is Rainbow. I am going to be playing one of my favorite mod packs that have come out recently. It's a remake of an old mod pack that I used to play when I was a little kid called, that one was called Regrowth. And this one is essentially a successor to that one. So it's going to be basically the same premise. We're going to wake up in a wasteland, and our job is to use our knowledge of magic and technology in order to revitalize the wasteland and bring life back. So, as you can see, it's pretty barren in this thumbnail. So I'm gonna come in here. This is my old attempt. You can see that attempt in my VOD channel. I was in call with my friends at the time, and I had them muted, and I realized I spent like the entire video just listening to them talk instead of actually speaking myself. So it's a mostly quiet VOD, so you can skip that one if you don't want to watch it. I don't blame you. Now I am going to reuse my previous seed because I did like it. I just, didn't do a very good job of playing. Sorry if you see my eye closing and twitching. I have glasses IRL, so every time I turn to the side, it loses tracking on my eye and it thinks it's closed. All right. So first things first, I'm going to go through the quest book really quick. I didn't do this last time because I was in call, but I should probably do it this time. So essentially, you wake up in a vast, dead, dried out wasteland. You don't remember how you got here, but you do remember what the world should look like, and this isn't it. This is Reclamation. It's a slower paced pack focused around bringing life and nature back to a dead world. You can disable advanced tooltips, but I think they're already off for me, so we won't worry about that. Eventually we're going to get these, but I'm going to have to defeat enough spiders to get string to get these, or farm until I have flax, which is going to take forever, so I hope I get enough spiders before then. Naturally spawning mobs have changed to this new landscape. Specifically, zombie villagers and witches won't spawn, and spiders have mutated into their venomous cave versions. This means there's no way to get any kind of resources from witches or zombie villagers, even if you could cure them. The only things you can really hope to get are iron or copper ingots from rare drops, but there are other ways to generate resources. I guarantee very few resources are going to be mob dependent. The only ones I can think of are the crafting materials for the fell pumpkin, and I'll get to that when we get there. Many recipes have been changed in this mod pack. Make sure you check your recipe browser for crafting recipes. By default, the keybinds for hovering over an item are R to look up recipes, which I already know, for the item, and U to look up uses for the item. These binds can be changed by clicking on the EMI button. We won't worry about that. So this is about chunk loading. We won't worry about that until I have my proper base location. Too many books. This just gives me the Akashic Tome so I can compile them. World Gen has been completely overhauled. No ore generates. That's really important. We're going to have to reinvent every major material from Minecraft, essentially. And the only biomes that exist are dead wasteland biomes with no real vegetation. Additionally, the only trees that spawn are dead trees with very little usability. If I'm going through these kind of fast, that's because I will be repeating myself as time goes on. So don't worry about it too much. I also want to try to get this done before the sun sets. So stone variants will still generate, and you can find sand and clay underwater. It will also still rain. Despite the seeming apocalypse, there are still fish to find and eat for those with the skill and desire. I'm not going to accept this one. I'll explain later why. So that's this one taken care of. Where's the ore? No ore generates in this world. Recipes have changed for those who came before, have completely mined out the entire planet. After centuries of strip mining, quarrying, and general exploitation, there is not so much as a measly scrap of coal in the world. So there's no point in trying to find any type by mining. Dead trees. Wood is plentiful, if not exactly the quality you remember. I'll go into more details about dead trees in just a second. And then oxidized copper. There are ruins around with small bits of copper completely oxidized from whatever happened. You might be able to craft something to help you out with that copper, but first you will have to get into a usable state. So I'll go over that in a sec too. For right now, we do what every good Minecraft player does, and we punch a couple trees. We're going to need at least 4 of these. Actually, we're going to need a ton of these, but at least 4 if we want a crafting table. And I'll explain that in a second. I didn't know I could read that fast, actually. Alright. Alright, let's see. You won't worry about that copper just yet. Dead logs are a little interesting in this game pack. So they actually craft into scrap wood instead of planks. And you notice that you only get 4 for each log. Well, you take these and you craft them back into planks. So it's literally 1-to-1. It is very inefficient to use dead logs. So for that reason, we're going to use them as logs specifically as much as possible, and not as planks if we can help it. But obviously they're our only source of planks at the moment, so we'll just use them as sparingly as we possibly can. So I'm going to make some sticks. Oh, I need 1 more piece of wood. Okay, hold on. Let's just bring this with us. I should have counted before I set that down. So there's a little cave here. I'll probably set up there for the night. And there's a big old hole right there, so I'm definitely not getting near that during the night. Now you might be wondering why I chose to reuse this seed, given that there's nothing really spectacular in the area. And the reason is pretty simple. There are no good seeds in Reclamation. All of them are just dead wastelands. Some of them have more convenient copper locations, more convenient bee locations, more interesting world generation. They don't have as many giant mountains to climb over. This one, unfortunately, does have quite a few tall mountains. I'm not too worried about that. That just means more cobblestones available to me, so I'll make do with that as I can. And that's the next little hole right there. I'm tempted, but no. Let's see, where do I want to... I'm gonna head over there before too long, but for the night, I just need some cobblestone. So I'm just gonna dig myself into this wall. Oh, wait, I need planks first. 1, 2, 3. Sorry if there are more efficient ways of crafting and things like that. I'm a pretty casual Minecraft player. So while I have tons of experience playing Minecraft. I'm not the sweaty kind. Let me go ahead and craft up my first 4 torches. So the dead logs also have a chance at dropping charcoal, so we got lucky and we got 4 torches for free, essentially. And then we're avoiding the andesite right now. We're not trying to complicate things by mining stone variants at the moment. We just want cobble. We're just gonna use up this pickaxe until it's gone. Or at least close to gone. I actually want to stop before it's gone. For a pretty specific reason. Alright. 1 torch there. And then we'll light this up just much more. So, not the best starting hole, but the place that we're going is going to look a lot cooler. You can see that overhang over there. That's where I'm going to build my permanent base. This is just the hidey hole that I'm going to spend the night in. So I'm going to go try and punch as many trees as I can before night falls, which isn't going to take very long. But I want to make sure that I've got enough wood to get through the first couple of recipes for night. Tomorrow I'll go about grabbing some sand and clay from around. But I want to make sure I have enough to make as many tools as I need to. Alright, what's one of the first things I want to make? Let's go ahead and do this. I want to make a furnace. I'm gonna set this up right here. And the reason why we kept pickaxe is because it's got a full block worth of fuel in it. So it does that. Now we can smelt these up. I don't have enough logs left. There we go. And then we're going to make these 3. So this is a stone broadaxe, a stone hammer, and a stone shovel. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But we'll start with axe, hammer, excavator. Now, I did not make these yesterday, but I should have. And then I will go ahead and place you in the corner here so I don't walk over you a billion times. Not that I do that at all. I definitely don't. Hi, Alex. I don't really do, like, Discord plugs in the middle of my stream currently. Especially not if you're just advertising your own stuff. But I appreciate you commenting. If you want to hit me up after stream, that would be fine when we can talk. But not in the middle of stream. Alright, and then we can take the tomes, and then we just slap them together like this. And it disappears, and it's gone forever. Or at least I think it is. I don't know if I can actually get them back out of here. I really should have put the... I should have put this in first. I wonder if I can get it. What was that? So let's go ahead and read through the journal. So we've got the dead trees and flimsy planks. Will give me a little extra charcoal, which means I didn't need to grab that piece of wood out. Which means I didn't need to worry about getting that piece of wood out. Wood is plentiful, if not exactly the quality you remember. Okay. Bees. So despite the harsh condition, bees still persist. Dotted amongst the dry hills, cultivating them could be a great way to generate resources such as more dead logs. This unlocks a new quest line on the left, so I will get to that in just a second, but essentially we're going to be looking for beehives, and in order to get beehives, I need string, so that's not going to be happening for a little bit. Oxidized copper. We're going to be getting this tomorrow along with the clay and sand. And then we're going to convert it into usable copper, and that's going to help us get these things. Tonight, I'm just going to do this. So, the reason I made these tools is because they have a special ability. They essentially let you mine a 3x3 area. So, much more convenient than just, like, going at it with pickaxe. Now it can lead to some weird shapes like that. Eventually it evens out, so. Then you just do that. Then you just do that. And everything's roughly the same shape again. You just go boop, boop. And it's a very quick way to get lots of resources. The only real downside, in my opinion, is that it goes through durability really quickly. So, that's not great. We're just gonna get maybe a full stack of cobblestone, or at least close to. That's it. No. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a regular pickaxe. Oh, I actually ended up with 2 stacks. Well, that's fine. And the reason why is I'm going to use this for all of the spot mining. At least to start with. So, now we've got a big space in here that's lit up and safe. There's a husk out there. Don't know if you can see him. Those guys do not burn in the sun though, so if he doesn't despawn, I will have to battle him tomorrow. Which is tomorrow's problem. For now, we just chill. Let me go ahead and... I'm not crazy when it comes to symmetry, but I always like things to be shaped somewhat evenly, if I can help it. I could actually make a little chimney too. I'll take these. We already have decoration. Toss that in the corner. I don't need it right now. Unfortunately, the first night is probably the most boring because you don't have enough resources to do anything. Didn't pick that up because I'm going to need it come morning. Or I'm going to need it with me because I'm not staying here. Now, I'm going to eat this bread very sparingly until I can actually unlock a renewable source of food. I know I have that fishing rod available to me, but I'm saving that for something. I could probably use it before it's ready to break and then still have it available, but I'm not really that worried about it. It's not going to take me long enough for it to matter. Ah! Fuck! Right. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Alright. How do I want to do this? I could wait a little while for the sun to come up. Or I can respawn and die constantly until I manage to get back here. Oh, look, it was already daytime. What is that? Why do you have like a cobalt shovel or something? Why do you guys get fancy tools and I don't? Alright, I'm gonna start with some easily accessible items. I missed a sand, whatever. I am not that chintzy. Alright, that should do it for now. But yeah, for the record, expect me to die a lot. Unfortunately, in the early game, I'm very good at that. Alright, let's see. I'll get the copper now. Actually, since I'm here. There we go. As you can tell, the water is also really kind of gross. So I'm going to go ahead and there. Now, if you're early on in the game and you decide that you only want to mine one block, but you built yourself like an excavator or a broad axe, what you do is you sneak, and then you only break one block. And that's how you do that, if you only want to build one tool. Now, I went ahead and built myself a pickaxe because I am hoping... Jeez. Okay, let's see. Okay. The broad axe can also help you out with trees that are taller than you can reach. And then if there's only one block left, the axe isn't going to break grass, but it will break anything else that can be broken with an axe. So you gotta be careful if you place like a wood thing next to like something made out of wood. So like if you have it next to like a crafting table, you'll break the crafting table. So you gotta be careful with that stuff. But this is just a much faster way of getting all this wood and stuff within the few hours of daylight we have. It's also really good at limbs because it doesn't necessarily have to be directly across. And then, let me see. I'll grab this tree real quick. Let's go grab some more copper and then head back to where the permanent base is gonna go. You have copper? You do! Yay! I love it when it has copper. And I don't have to run to the other side of the planet. Oh, I should stop sprinting. Now, I will be coming back for these blocks. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just... I'm gonna just keep them now. Might as well. They're here. I've got my tools. There's no reason not to. Now, there's a lot of block variant in those piles, so it's going to take up a lot of my inventory. I'm not too worried about that right now. I am going to organize my toolbar a little bit because this is madness. Make the rest of these into torches. And then those there. Let's go grab you. We're just grabbing everything we can at the moment. So I'm not planning on climbing this hill again for a while. I don't really want to walk that far, so I'm going this way. So you might also see some like X-ray on the mini-map. I don't know how to fix that. I can turn cave mode off here. Or like manually set it, but like I can either see all the caves, turn it off, or have it like this, and I don't know how to set this correctly. Because it's going to X-ray through the thing anyway, so I'm just going to turn it off for now. I want to see what's on the surface, unless I'm underground, so I'll turn it back on when I am underground, but not until then. My frame's stuttering for everyone else. No, I can actually see clearer if I just watch my stream. Wonderful. I love it when things make sense. Alright, the sun's starting to set. Let me just grab these while I'm out here. Now, I did say I was going to go over there, but I'm not going there yet. I don't have enough copper for all of the crafts I'm going to do. And that area over there is like surrounded by water and mountains, so I'm just going to grab these real quick and then head back to that cave for the night. I can hit the right button. My goodness. These packed dirt, or dried dirt there. And we'll chill here for one more. Let's see, what do I need to make? Don't need more coal at the moment. Let's see. Right, we need cutting board. Means I need to take some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't make it in there for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, I have no sticks left. I just crafted it in the time it took me to find that. Alright, so with the cutting board, you just take this, slap it there. And you pop these here. You take your... Oh, wait, no, I have to... And then you take your axe and you go... Oh no, I need a regular axe. Oh, that sucks. I knew there was a reason to have a normal axe. Oh, wait. Alright. Put that away. Alright, so then you... This one converts directly. This one does not. So you take this, put it in your offhand, you come over to the cutting board, and you go boop. And then you go boop. It goes much quicker than that, but I wanted you to see how it worked. And then you take this, and then you craft some of these, and blah, blah, blah. So go ahead and those. That. The Hermetica, I'm not going to be reading a whole bunch of. I am going to be slapping it into this thing because I'm not carrying around $1,000. How do I... There's gotta be a way. Oh well. So, we've got our usable copper. Now we just need these items. And eventually that thing. But I need the tank first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the tank. Oh, I need stone. That's what I need. So instead of doing one that takes forever, I'm going to... Two, three... Alright. That'll get me some stone going. Also mean I can collapse all that. One stack. And that should be at least 32. And that should get me going pretty well. Alright. So real quick, while it's nighttime, you're going to see some spots like this, where it's glowing out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to quickly make some waypoints. Those are bees' nests. I'll go into that in a little bit. But for right now, we aren't actually going to be collecting any bees' nests. Just labeling them. As we fill out more of the map, we'll have a healthy amount to get started. But you don't really want to start with bees when you only have like one of them to babysit. It takes forever. And that's it. I'm over here. This is where our permanent base is going to be. There's exactly one bee over there, and the rest are all up in the mountains. Oh, there's one down here. I don't know what it is about bees, but they just refuse to be in places where they're easy to get to. So yeah, I'm going to have to go, like, actually mountain climbing in order to get those bees, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm thinking, because of how this river is, I'm actually going to craft a boat. So, let me, here. Let's see. Composter, chest, flimsy door. Looks like I can use it as regular wood for the most part. So, I'm gonna need 5 of these. Whoa. No, I was right. It's not gonna let me make a boat. Alright, well, I'll just turn the rest of this stack into then. Okay, I guess I will. But not yet. Ladders, campfire, sticks. Yeah, I'm actually gonna make that later on, but right now, not really. It looks like I don't have anything to craft into urgently. Excuse me, sorry, I've got the hiccups. It's a common issue for me, so if you hear me like hiccup and then say ow, that's why. It happens frequently enough that I've just kind of given up on making it stop. Easily. I'm gonna have to look into those things once I'm crafting more advanced stuff. Right now, I just want to be able to build. I just want to be able to build enough of these to actually get me started. I'm gonna grab these and we'll get started on that. Alrighty. Let's see. Start here and just work the way over. Let's actually make 2 of these. Actually, I make 2 of these. I'll show you why in a sec. And I'm gonna make these. And then I'm gonna need a full block of copper. That's why I need so much copper, by the way. These things aren't actually cheap. I just want to be able to make as many of them as possible early on. If it weren't raining, I'd be able to go outside already. There's a skeleton right there. Jesus! It's an entire army! What the fuck? Why was there an entire army? Sometimes I hate this game. It's so mean to me. They're still in there too. I'm gonna have to wander around for a little bit to make them despawn. Luckily, the grave mod allows me to regain all of my stuff, so I'm not starting from square one every single time. Just gonna swim away and swim back. A boat will be a good idea once I actually have some wood. There's a lot of gravel down there, but I'm going to hold off for now. I know I'll find more later. This gravel still appears underground. It's, the other stuff doesn't. There's something up there still. Oh, in there still. But at the very least, it doesn't look like, still in the hole. Interesting. Looks like he wandered into the corner and then died. I certainly didn't kill that one. Okay. So, arrows and inferium essence, I'm going to toss those right now. I will get... Oh, actually, no. I'm going to keep the inferium essence. I wish I knew what time of day it was. If it weren't raining, it would be so much simpler. Throat not on my hand and clinging. I love you so much. Alright. So you can see how much damage this thing's taking. This thing's taking over time. It degrades very quickly. I'm just gonna get as much of this stone and copper as I can, and then I'll go set up my permanent base. But I want to make sure I'm not having to head out immediately because I didn't get enough resources, you know? You'll catch me staring towards like the horizon, and that's to try to catch when sunset's happening. Because once that happens, I need to sprint for the life of me back. There's another beautiful ravine. Why are there so many of them around here? It's either a mountain or a hole in the ground. Anything else within striking distance? No? I don't see any more copper, but I'll go ahead and grab this one here. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, there's some copper. I'll go that way next. Doesn't look like sunset yet, so... Oh, there we go. Oh, I expect. Right, I'm headed back this way because that's where that permanent base I was talking about earlier should be. And I'm just gonna sprint my way over there. I think we officially have enough copper in order to get that party started. Alright, I'm actually going to wall myself up here. Don't think as many things are going to get me in this location. However, I'm actually going to be cautious. And do this. Boop. 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 And I'm gonna go. There. Well, the only thing that should be able to get in that side should be spiders. And we want spiders anyway, so that's good. That's fine. Go ahead and make another crafting table. We'll just leave that one over where it is for now. I'll move it over here eventually. Slap that there. Make another furnace. Well, at least it finally stopped raining, but it's nighttime now, so. What can we do? Get rid of the singular stick. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take care of this. Not that one. Where's the other one? It's right here. Oh. Just did psychic damage to myself. Sorry, I had to check the time real quick. Trying to make sure I don't lose track. I'll have to leave at 7:30 my time. Wait, what am I doing? Let's set that there. Hopefully the night doesn't take too long. It's always exhausting when it does. Especially with how many mobs they're gonna spawn during the night in this area. It's gonna take me a while before I torch this up to sufficient levels, but it's worth it in the end. Alright. got another 45 minutes about. Let me go ahead and... Alrighty. Oh, back spike. I'll probably have to restart my computer after this. It's acting crazy at the moment, so... There's a skeleton above me, sorry. Was double checking to make sure that gap wasn't big enough for a skeleton to fall in. Alright, let's see. Anything else I can process? Hi, Athena. I managed to make it back to where I started, or ended stream last night. I still need to set up the farm and all that stuff, but, yeah, no, that's when I have to end stream, not start. Sorry, I guess I wasn't clear in my message. I'm sorry for the confusion. I need so many more torches. So how are you, Athena? That's good. You got dinner planned for tonight? Yeah. For me, it seems like Friday's the day that always ends up packed for me. Ever since my roommate moved in, it seems like something always comes up before the weekend happens that we have to fit in around whatever we had planned for the weekend. And you know how owning a house is, you just always have at least one project in the works. So 3/4 of the house, my goodness. Lots of soup, lots of decongestants, I think. Well, actually, it depends on what they're sick with. Is it COVID? Are you surrounded by COVID? I probably shouldn't say that. I'll probably get demonetized before I even get monetized. Oh, I think. Yep, the sun's risen. Oh, lag spike. What? Oh, stomach flu. Yikes. Yikes on bikes. Well, the only thing I can suggest for stomach flu is lots of rice and bread. and not dying to skeleton bastards. Of course, I have nowhere to go. Stop face planting into things. Let's just break this whole thing. I was a bit smarter with what tools I decided to build this time. And I'm just gonna light this whole thing up. Eventually this is gonna be where my garden goes. I'm gonna have to fill in a lot of gaps. Seeing how I don't plan on the farm being for monsters. I'm just gonna ignore that skeleton. Keep going this way. I like living. I know it's not for everybody, but it's for me. I'll come this way, grab that, and then come back around. Hopefully the mobs will have despawned by then. Ooh, lemon honey tea sounds good. I'm not really a tea person, so take my opinion with a grain of rice, though. Grain of salt, whatever the saying is. Regardless, it doesn't carry much weight. Whoa. Black spikes are not nice when you're trying to see. Okay, so there's still one skeleton over there and some arrows over there. I'm not picking up arrows. Run! So essentially, if you ever have mobs in an area where you don't want them, you just run far enough away, sit for a sec, let them despawn. As you can see by the fog that's outside of my render distance, because my laptop is not very good compared to like a proper desktop. So, and you just run all the way back and hope you get there before they start spawning. We'll do something about that ugly generation right there. For right now, I'm not too worried about it. I hate the bobbing that happens when you just hold down spacebar. But I'm so lazy that I always do it anyway. So for some reason, they generated a coast here and then a hole here. I don't know why they did that. Like, what is this? Why? I went out. I went out. I hate it there. I hate it in caves in general. Alright, and then... Are there any other trouble spots? Besides this area. Just gonna put it right here. And over here. Over here. And that'll do for now. The lag spikes are starting to get to me, so I'm probably gonna wrap up a little before I was supposed to. But for right now, I think I just want to break through the wall right here. Nope, there goes my tool. Oh, let's go get the crafting table. I want more torches for there. More torches for in here. No matter. Okay. Are you serious? Why does it always have to be a skeleton when it's inconvenient for me? Why can't it ever be a skeleton when I just need the bones? Why is it only a skeleton when it's at range and I can't get to it? Or it can get the drop on me and then laugh as I die humiliatingly in front of people. Alright, I think I've torched this area up more enough. Attic? I do not need the Bone Daddy. I am allergic to bones. Unless they are attached to my significant other, bones. In which case, I am no longer allergic. You can tell I'm allergic to bones because all of mine hate me. Don't know why I'm building this out, but I think it's kind of neat, so I'm keeping it. Okay, the lag is getting kind of bad on my end, so. There. Now I have to, like, try to fall to my death. I see you over there. Seriously? Why does this exist except to screw me over? That might be a little bit of a waste, but I don't care. Better a waste than me falling to my death with Looney Tunes sound effects. Okay, so there's still a couple of spots around there. And there's a husk, so let's just wander our way over here. Okay, I know that husk saw me. There's no way it didn't. So I guess I should just wait to be stabbed in the back. There's definitely something right around this corner. Or not. But once it's on my side. Shoot, I don't have enough room for that. It's one inferior essence. I will get more. Okay, let's see. There we go. You can see that where that water is up above. And then this way. Just gonna make this wider and easy to use. Oh, right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What else do we need? Got the braziers. Braziers. Ooh. I go get my cutting board. Whoop. Excuse me, sir. There, now I've got 3 entrances into here. Okay, let's do some crafting. Oh, I need to make. So you normally can't make a bucket out of copper, right? Well, in this mod pack, this stuff called caminite. It's used in a lot of the crafting recipes early on, and in a lot of the I can't remember the mod pack it's from. The embers stuff. So you're going to need a lot of this caminite stuff. So you're going to have lots of clay and lots of sand. But early on, this is how you get a bucket. And then I'm actually going to make 1 extra. So here we get the mercury distiller. And then we're going to get the liquefaction cauldron. And that's the one that needs the bucket. And that's why I made an extra. So we've got 3 of those. And then I'll come over here. I'll grab these 3. And I'm going to set them up in this little hallway. This little hallway has lots of space. And there's room for expansion too. Okay. So we'll go calcination, mercury, purification. And I believe this one does salt, this one does mercury, obviously, and then this one does sulfur, but we'll see. I don't actually have enough dirt. Let's go ahead and grab this. You're trying to get me, Mr. Enderman, I can tell. So, one of the best parts about excavators, like this, stand here. And suddenly, I have a much better view from my little overhang. Whoop! Fell off anyway. That time I meant to do it. I'll just go ahead and... I don't have the tool for that. You get to float there like an eyesore. There. Now at the very least there's not to be that annoying water sound. Mr. Enderman, eventually I will stop being polite. Okay, let's see. That's... in here. 16 here. We sit here and we do this because it's so much fun. It's a jolly good time. If I don't misclick. Much more fun if I don't misclick. So if I hover over them, you can see how much is inside. We don't want to overfill them. That's why I got 2 of them. Because these things are slow. They take so much water. I can sit here and do this for ages. then I let them go for a little bit so that I don't end up overfilling them, because if I overfill them, then I make a mess. Let me take this. Bam. Take this. Bring it over here. Drop it in here. Okay, the lag spike's gonna stop anytime now. Okay, so that's 2 in there. Can you believe this isn't in the original game? Riveting gameplay, right? Alright, that should be enough. Sir, get out of my home. Nothing should be able to get in aside from spiders, and again, we want spiders. I'm gonna have to get that stuff next. No one asked you, Mr. Enderman. You're an unwelcome guest. Oh, thank you for picking up your dirt block. Alright. Stick these in here. I'm gonna need more wood. One for you, one for you, one for you. This one always finishes first because the Salamoniac shards, they break down really quickly, so oh, no worries. Honestly, this mod pack is like 50% mining and 50 mining, collecting resources, and then 50% farming. So you'd actually like this mod pack. They don't really expect you to do a whole lot of defeating ops. This Enderman here, I could actually kill if I did a little bit of prep work. And it's so much easier to get rid of the dirt once you set it down. Pull that. Pull that. Oop, oop. And these should be done. So we're gonna go boop, boop, boop. Alright, and then we go to our quest book. And then that's the sal ammoniac takes done. Got a little extra sal ammoniac, which I'm just gonna throw right back in there. This one's salt. This one's sulfur. And this one's the mercury. And from here, we need to make a whole bunch of these. But I'm about out of time for today, so I'm going to cut it off here. I will continue going over how these work and the incubator that I'm planning on putting over here tomorrow. So I appreciate everybody who showed up or anybody who ends up watching the VOD. I hope you have a great night, and thank you, Athena, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good night and stay safe.